You think you're tough? Come on. I live for my crusade. I die for a crusade. This is the final battle. Give it all. We'll get. Chaos in the back alley. A thug bite created life of shade. Then fate did intervene. Oh my God, it's obscene. I Nikke won't you got a squad of There's the past inside, but my flame is burning bright. This is my final battle, give it all I've got. You think you're tough, so come on, bring me your best shot. I live for my crusade, I die for a crusade. This is the final battle, give it all we got. Got my girlfriends by my side, grinning face, fearless and wild. For every fight, for every scar.
Okay, guys.
How do I look? Sexy, perhaps?
I believe we are ready. Hold up.
How do I look? Sexy, perhaps?
Okay, nope. Now we're ready. We are now ready. So today we're doing lore deep dive number 11. We're going for Arcane Archives. We'll be starting the recording for the edited version of the for YouTube in a moment. I'm making sure everything is in order first.
Just in time, dear client.
Don't got anything to do. That's what I'm making sure. We don't have anything to do. Okay. We are now 100% ready, I believe, for the lore deep dive. Let me go to the just chatting scene. For the YouTube version. And start the recording. What is my audio input capturing here? Alright, there we go. Hey, I think we're ready. Okay, so I'll start the recording and we'll get right into this. Actually, no, we won't. I need to do something real quick.
I think I can do it.
Okay, we are now ready. Hello, YouTube. This will be the 11th installment of our Nikke lore deep dives. We are going to be covering the Arcane Archives event. I hope you all will enjoy it. This event is not super closely tied to main story, but it is tied to main story nonetheless. It covers a new character and part of the bestseller squad, reveals more about the arc, more about some of its past, and has a lot of implications. I'm not exactly sure how to go into it without spoiling yet. But we'll be moving right on into the video. I hope you all enjoy it, and if you do enjoy the video when this comes out on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, we'll get right on in. I'm here with Twitch chat and Kick today, as well as YouTube Live. And I hope everybody enjoys it. Okay. So this is the menu. We're going into Arcane Archives. I've already completed this event. We will just be rewatching it and then explaining the lore. So before we go in, I will have to pretext this. So this event covers over the bestseller squad. We met bestseller in a previous event that doesn't really have any main story implications or any main story. We met Phantom. Phantom is part of the bestseller squad that records stuff that most of the public is not supposed to see for a sort of hidden library. She's a record keeper. And she's part of the bestseller squad, but we've not met any of the other bestseller squad members until this event. And this is where we meet Arcana. Ingrid, will you be okay? Sorry. I'm sure you know that you're quickly reaching your limit. You've said that several times already. This is my job. Okay, if that's what you want. Alright, I'm going to lie down. Arcana lies down on the bed extending out from the large cylindrical machine. Yikes, cold. Can't you at least outfit this thing with some heating? It's always freezing. I'll think about it. Anyway, let's begin. Alright. Oh, wait. It's okay if you're scared. You're doing the right thing. So let me take a few selfies for proof, you know. Arcana strikes a couple of different poses. She takes a few snaps with her phone. Sorry about that. All done now. As Ingrid presses the button, the machine hums to life. Memory wipe procedure initiated. So, Arcana is undergoing a memory wipe. We're only within the authorized limits by a hair. No, wait, it's the opposite. We're just outside it. Arcana lies inside the operating machine with her eyes closed peacefully. Ingrid takes out her phone. Please provide authentication code. Authenticating user. You do what you have to do. I'll do the same. Authentication complete. User code I. For a righteous judgment. Monsieur, stay right where you are. What's wrong? I need your help. A stranger appears from behind Phantom. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Arcana. She's also from the bestseller squad. Hello. Nice to meet you, Arcana. Oh, you were talking to me? Nice to meet you too. Allow me to apologize on her behalf. She's not usually like this. She lost her memory. What do you mean? Hasn't she underwent a memory wipe? That's right. I'm not sure if you remember, but due to the sensitive and secretive nature of our work, the members of Bestseller have to undergo regular memory wipes. I should probably explain this. They do have to undergo regular memory wipes, but they do not have to undergo a full memory wipe. It's a selective memory wipe that only wipes away classified information that they're not supposed to retain, that they deal with, because they deal with classified information on a semi-daily basis and have to undergo regular memory wipes to make sure that classified information that even they don't know about it after it's been dealt with. I see. Secretive? I received my fair share of memory wipes, but it's nothing compared to what Arcana goes through. How often does she have to get it done? On a daily basis. Not semi-daily, but on a daily basis. Even though it's become a daily routine, something went wrong this time. Like lasting side effects? I guess you could say that. We're supposed to only forget the information we handle. But right now, Arcana has forgotten who she even is. The boss asked me to do whatever I could to try and bring her memories back, but nothing had worked so far. Please, Monsieur, I need your help to Arcana regain her memory. Are you not in a position to help? I should probably also pretext this, because this story happens after the events of chapter 26 in the story. Roughly after the events of Last Kingdom. I will tell you exactly when it happens and what all the pretext is after we finish this event. Are you not in a position to help? No, it's not that. I'm just thinking about what we could do to help her regain her memory. Name. I remember my name and what my job was. You do? Well, that's something. My name is Arcana. I'm a detective. My name is Arcana. I'm a detective. Phantom mentioned secrets earlier, and something clicked in my mind. Also, the word detective sounds familiar. Therefore, I must be. That's probably because you played the role of detective when we all practiced being thieves. Was that it? That's right. At least you got your name right. Arcana, try and remember. We're the bestseller squad. Librarians in the Ark, entrusted with the noble duty of preserving knowledge. You can explain it all you want, but I still don't remember. Is there anything you could tell her which would jog her memory? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But aren't you both in the same squad? We're both a part of bestseller, yes. But we don't actually know much about each other's work. Because neither of them really know about their work. Because it's classified? That's right, other than personal matters, we don't know much else about each other. When it comes to our professional roles, I can only assume that Arcana handles even more secretive material than the rest of us. Yo, Darkus? But I do know where she usually spends her time, which is in her workshop. Why don't we go there and find some clues? With even six are pointing in that direction. I suppose that's the only viable option we have. Are you okay with that, Arcana? With what? We're planning on going to your room. Oh, I don't know, that's a bit... What's making you hesitant? I'm a bit of a neat freak. Or at least, I think I was. Darkest. That's true. You never did have so much as a hair out of place. Looks like that hasn't changed. I guess not. Maybe that's why when I hear the other people will be entering my room, I feel this sense of resistance. But if we don't check it out, we won't turn up any clues. How about this? Arcana lifts her pinky finger. Promise me something. Promise what? That you won't make too much of a mess. If you do that, I might feel better about all this. Sure. I have my pinky together with Arcana's. Alright, let's go. Arcana strides confidently out the door. And then promptly comes back. Where's my workshop, by the way? I'll lead the way. Sure. After arriving at the library, we proceed to follow Phantom deeper inside the building past the reading room. Until we reach a door at the end of a secluded hallway. This is it. This should be Arcana's workshop, although I've never been inside. Looks quite secretive. This must have been written by me. Arcana points to a note stuck on the door which reads authorized personnel only. That's definitely your handwriting. Hey, you know what? Arcana pokes my side. What? Given how hidden this location is, I must have been working on something that was a huge secret. If I'm not a detective, then maybe I'm an assassin? Or a fixer, something like that. I highly doubt. We're remembering D. It's not entirely possible. Impossible. Actually, that might be true. You think so too? Let's hurry inside. Because we actually know a couple of assassins, or fixers, D and K. We might find a weapon stash. Knives, guns, all sorts of stuff. Huh? She's trying to open the door. Arcana jiggles the door handle, but the door doesn't budge. It's locked? There's something next to the door frame. Beside the door, a small device the size of a fist is affixed to the wall. It looks like a biometric scanner. Wow, you can tell that just by looking at it? I've seen something similar a few times before. Are you an assassin as well? I saw it at the Central Government HQ. Oh right, Phantom told me that you're a commander. Try scanning your fingerprint. Following my instructions, Arcana places her finger on the scanner and brings her face towards the device. Identification confirmed. It opened. Thanks for the tip. No problem, let's head inside. Wait, just a moment. Don't forget our promise. No making a mess. Upon entering the room, the interior space, to put it charitably, has a lived-in feel. To put it bluntly... Oh. It's a total pigsty. Well, I think we can rule you out being an assassin. Well... Piles of clothes lie scattered everywhere. Books are stacked up in impossibly high towers. One entire wall is covered with an array of photos. A motley assortment of occult artifacts are peppered throughout the disarray, their purpose unclear. Maybe this isn't my room? Those pictures on the wall, are those selfies of you? Wait, I've got it. A thief must have broken in. Some dastardly criminal busted in and trashed my room. The door was locked, and from the looks of it, can only be opened with your biometric data. A locked room ransacking, perhaps? This library is one of the most secure places in the entire Ark. No run-of-the-mill cat burglar could get in here. Only a phantom thief would even have a chance of breaking in. Well, does it feel nice and homey? Okay. I suppose you could say that. At least there's no garbage strewn about. Of course there isn't. What do you take me for? Having said that, you should really try and put your clothes away properly. And get in the habit of putting books back on the shelf after reading them. I should mention that you were like this even before you lost your memory. I see. Forget clues. We need to clean this place up first. Wait. You're already going out of your way to help me. Having you clean my room is a step too far. How about you go outside for a moment? I'll clean this place up, it won't be long. If you insist. We'll be in the reading room. Call us when you're finished. Actually, what's wrong? Could you actually help me a little, Phantom? Fine. Call me when you're done. I spent about 30 minutes in the reading room, perusing various books before returning to Arcane's workshop. Nothing seems to have changed. What do you mean I got rid of all the clothes and organized all sorts of stuff? I did my best. The table looks exactly like it did before. As before, the table was cluttered with stacks of cards, a crystal ball, and thick, mysterious-looking books. Oh, that stuff? Arcana picks up a deck of cards from the table. While we were cleaning, these brought back memories. Tarot cards? Oh, so you're familiar. I know they're tarot cards, but that's about it. Arcana skillfully shuffles the deck. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I used to do tarot readings as a side gig. That's correct. You even ran a small fortune-telling shop in the Ark. What? This is huge. Why are you only telling me this now? I did. I told you 5 times earlier. Oh, sorry. Still, at least you're remembering things. Even if it isn't at the fastest pace. Do you remember anything else? Not yet, just... Arcana flips over a card and carefully places it on the table. I do remember that before heading to work, I would do a reading for myself. On the card, it reads death. Death? I take it that's a bad sign? Well, Arcana hesitates for a while. It means, after a few moments, she utters something which takes me aback. I have no idea what it means. Yeah. 15 minutes later. After flipping through one of the formidable tomes for a while, Arcana suddenly lifts her head. I found it! The upright death card. Despite its ominous appearance, in fact signifies new beginnings and rebirth. Phantom? Yes. Do tarot readings usually involve reading from a book? Pretty sure that's a no. This is worse than I thought. I really made the right choice asking for your help. You think so? Yeah. I can't believe she completely forgot about tarot. That's one of her favorite things. I'm not so concerned about that. What I want to know is, has she always been like this? Personality-wise? Sorry, I've got to take this. Go ahead. Phantom leaves the room with her phone in hand. So, in conclusion, I'm bubbly and approachable on the outside, but inside I'm cold, ruthless, and sophisticated professional. Voila! I see. Would you like me to give you a reading? No, outside the room I can faintly hear Phantom on the phone. Actually, we have to wait for Phantom, so go ahead. Excellent! Even if it's not always 100% accurate, fortune telling can still be quite useful. You could consider it a form of advice. Arcana shuffles his deck and spreads the cards across the table. Select 3 cards. I reach out, draw 3 cards, then flip them over. Emperor, Wheel of Fortune, and a reversed Hanged Man. Arcana looks at the cards, blinking vacantly. Yo! Miranda, thank you for stopping by. I'm doing the lore deep dive. Arcana looks at the cards, blinking vacantly. Do you need a moment to consult the book? No, I remember. You have had a few things on your mind as of late. She's not entirely wrong. It seems that you are struggling especially with human interaction. What? How did you know that? Yeah, I know everything, and? You recently parted ways with someone precious to you. Fuck, it's hitting as hard as it did the first time. She's talking about fucking Marion. She's talking about when we went. So, she's referencing when we had to hand Marion off in chapter 22. We had to hand her off to the pilgrims to pioneer. And then she was then handed off to the White Knights and went off to the kingdom. Huh? Surface, battle, struggle. You have been fighting ceaselessly all this time without reprieve. She's being incredibly accurate. What the Arcana, are you okay? Chatterbox. How the fuck does she know about Chatterbox? Was my first thought. Nihilister, Indivilia. She's referring to the invasion of the Ark. Countless enemies whom you have defeated. However, even stronger foes will stand in your way going forward. Now she's telling the fucking future? Excuse me? Current data shows your success rate in battle is 82%. Referring to our state that we actually succeeded and killed our enemies. If we exclude tactical retreats and successful withdrawals. Basically the times that we had to were forced to retreat or die. 100%. Our success rate if we exclude those. After analyzing your combat records from your initial commission to your latest mission, meaning the very first story chapter to the retrieval of Rappy, your future is... what the hell? Arcana staggers back, clutching her head. I reach out to support her. Her eyes have gone back to normal. Her eyes would change from gray to green. I'm not sure what that implies. But I know after this event that something is going on with Arcana, but I don't know what. Huh? Are you okay? Oh yes, I just got a little dizzy all of a sudden. With her head resting against my shoulder, Arcana looks up at me. Hey, doesn't this make me seem like a fragile damsel in distress? Like a princess? When did I ever say princess? I said damsel. At any rate, thanks for keeping me upright. I'm fine now. What in the world just happened? What do you mean? Did I make your heart flutter? You certainly did, but not for the reason you're thinking. Huh? It seems Arcana has no memory of what just transpired. Did something happen? No, it's nothing. What was the call about? I don't think I can leave the library unattended any longer. So it was regarding work. Indeed it was. So I was wondering. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. If you need help with anything, you can contact me anytime. Will do. Let's head out of here for now, Arcana. Okay. What do you plan on doing now? First off, I think we need to have you get a thorough examination. So I don't know what the fuck just happened. Us as the commander doesn't know what the fuck just happened. We just know that she somehow knows an incredible amount of classified information. Yet she supposedly had no memories of what just happened. But all of this happened once her eyes changed color to green. When they went back to normal, she had no idea what just happened. But when her eyes were green, she was spouting off an incredible amount of classified information. Some of it details that only we know about, that not even the central government knows about in detail. She was spouting off some incredible shit, and then she was making predictions about the future. What the fuck is going on here? Despite Arcana grumbling about how she is fine, I insist on taking her to the hospital. After having her go through a medical examination, I head into the consultation room to hear the results from Mary. How'd it go? You say you're potentially suffering permanent memory loss due to repeated memory wipes? That's what we think, yes. There is a high chance that your memories will return. Wouldn't you say that you remember more now than you did when you first regained consciousness? I think so. Some stuff about tarot is also coming back to me. Alright, now if I could direct your attention to this. Mary points at the monitor. Your brainwave activity and neural responses are returning to normal. The nymph also appears to be reacting accordingly to these changes, so I think you will be okay. Okay. One more thing. You said you visited your old room, yes? Being in familiar locations like that and engaging in activities you did before are effective methods for regaining your memories. Keep at it, but be careful not to overdo it. I knew it, you see? Phantom was the one who suggested going to that room, not you. However, this might be the last time where you'll have a chance to return to normal. Could you explain that in more detail? We have a case in our database of another patient with similar symptoms. Mary turns the monitor so that we can see. After experiencing intermittent memory loss, she eventually suffered a complete and total loss of memory. The test results indicated that her nymph had been reset. The cause of which was excessively frequent memory wipes. When repeatedly exposed to certain stimuli, the brain adapts and becomes accustomed to them. Nymph functions in the same fashion, meaning it functions in the same way to a human brain. The nymph mistakenly registers an absence of memory as the default state, as normal. It subsequently, independently, begins to erase memories that it shouldn't. In other words, it becomes accustomed to the absence of memories. While I don't think it will go to the extent of shutting down your essential survival functions, if this keeps up, you will almost certainly lose all of your memories. Permanently. This sounds a lot like, yes, we call this a mind switch. So I know it's been a while. I'm going to re-explain what a mind switch is. A mind switch, I'm going to go into two different parts. I'm going to explain potential theory as well as what we do know. I'm going to explain both of those. So, my theory. Since sometimes, no, first I'll explain what we do know. So a mind switch happens for many different reasons, but what a mind switch is and what we do know is a mind switch can cause one or all of any of these three effects. Complete loss of memory, a change in personality, or complete and utter psychosis, acute psychosis. Any of these can happen, or all of them can happen in any number of situations. Like, most mind switches lead to acute psychosis and can cause the Nikkes to go quite literally insane and start like shooting people and doing other irrational behavior. Sometimes, like the situation with Snow White, they lose their memories and have a slight change in personality. Some cases, they retain their memories, but they have an entirely different personality. And while they retain those memories feel like they were lived in a different life. They don't feel like those are their memories. They feel like they're remembering somebody else's life. Almost as if, let's say you lost your memories and someone told you everything that you felt, everything that you would normally remember, and they tell you how you felt, what happened, how you felt when this happened, and you know all that information. But it doesn't feel like it's actually your memory because you don't remember it happening that way. That's kind of what it's like. Now, in my theories as to why this happens, most of the time, mind switches happen when there's extreme stress on a Nikke's mental health, or when they start to realize that they aren't inherently human, and that leads to stress on their mental health. So usually when there's an extreme sense of mental disarray. Now my theory. Because the brain sometimes is made up of electrical impulses, and those impulses are stronger when under severe discomfort or severe emotional distress, my theory is that it overloads the nymph and causes the nymph to have defects before returning to normal, and those defects cause the symptoms that we know as a mind switch. This is just personal theory based on what I know from the lore. May or may not be accurate. I plan on doing more research into that later and see if there's any such information on that in the lore, but that is my theory about it. Technically, it's a bit different, but the end result is the same. You become a totally different person. I'll run a few more tests. Pepper will guide you. Okay, thank you. Arcana leaves the consultation room. Commander, You said Arcana was part of the bestseller squad? Yes, she said she handles records. And every time she has to handle classified information, her memory is erased? Correct. She's strong. What do you mean? Do you know when the Ark's library was established? It's been around since the Ark's inception. 90 years. Of course, I don't know if Arcana has been working there from the beginning, but I'm sure she's been there for quite a while. It's not a job that most people would be willing to undertake. She's potentially been there for 90 years. Receiving daily memory wipes. Mary organized the charts in her folder. First and foremost, my opinion as a medical professional is that she shouldn't undergo any more memory wipes. That may be difficult. It's not exactly up to her. I see. That means you have to take good care of her. She may not show it, but I'm sure she's feeling quite anxious. Alright. Thank you, Mary. I head to the consultation room and wait for Arcana. After finishing her test, Arcana comes skipping over. Did it go well? Yes, nothing too serious. Arcana? Yes? Mary said it wouldn't be good if you keep getting your memory wiped. I know. But it's not like I can help it, can I? You're right. But perhaps if I say something to the higher-ups... Oh no, I didn't say that as a way of asking for your help. I chose this job, and that's all that it entails. No one knows me better than myself. I realize my memory is a bit screwy at the moment, but I know that I'm someone who only dedicates herself to things that she believes in. And you know why? Swoosh. Arcana takes out a tarot card. Wheel of Fortune. Oops. Wrong side. Arcana turns over the card. On the back side, the following words are written. You are the master of your own fate. I thought you'd be a little more impressed. About what? This is a message left to me by my past self. Isn't that amazing? Aren't you on tenterhooks? Now then. Arcana smiles and reaches out her hand. May I? Should I ask you to hold our hand? You may. I take Arcana's hand and she begins to lead me somewhere. Huh. Interesting. Hold up, I'm dealing with something at the moment. There we go. A few moments later, we arrive at the downtown area of the Ark. What are you planning on doing? The doctor said it would help if I do things that I did before, right? Well, that's precisely what I'm trying out. You remember activities you used to do? No. But there are ways that could help me find out. Arcana holds out her phone. In our modern society, it's not unreasonable to say that just about everything concerning us is tied to our phones. So with that in mind, if I look at my past purchases, Arcana scrolls through her phone. I'll be able to find out exactly what I was doing. Wow, maybe you really were a detective before. Hee. Alright, let's go. Our first destination is none other than a coffee shop. Blech. Too bitter. It's a latte. You really think that's too bitter? Yes! I figured that since I'd bought something at the cafe, it would have been coffee, but I guess not. Try ordering something else at the same price. That's genius! Wait a moment, I'll be right back. This has to be the one, it's delicious. What is it? Lemon tea. Wanna try some? Her kind of holds out her cup. Sure. Wow, it's an indirect kiss, guys. Here, I take a sip of the lemon tea. How is it? I think I prefer coffee. Blech, how can you drink something so bitter? I don't think it's all that bitter. Are you telling me that the coffee you have isn't bitter? Wait, you may think it's... Arcana takes a sip of my coffee. Blech. I was going to tell you it was bitter. Well, why didn't you tell me sooner? Anyway, are there always this many people here? The place seems familiar, but it feels weird seeing this many people. I'm surprised you remember so much. What do you mean? You just said it feels weird for this place to be packed. Doesn't that mean you remember it usually being not so busy? Oh, I see what you mean. Oh no, sorry, I don't really remember anything concrete. So you didn't remember after all. What would be weird is if all my memories came rushing back from a single drink at a cafe. She's making sense there. She's making sense. We still have a lot more places to go. I know, but look at this. Arcana pulls out a note from her pocket crammed full of densely written text. On the very top is written, places to visit today. Actually, on second thought, Arcana hurriedly takes out a pen and scratches out the heading, replacing instead with Operation Memory Recovery. That's better. Anyway, these are all places we still have to check out. The note includes locations such as the cafe and many others. A famous dessert shop that I've heard about, an accessory store, a nail salon, a hair salon, several popular restaurants, and more. Hold on. Yes? You intend on visiting all of these places? Of course, I have to regain my memories, don't I? Why, are you busy? It's not that, it's... Don't worry about money, I've got it covered. It's not that either. Because we're actually quite wealthy. Then what's the problem? I trust you to see this through to the end. Don't phrase it that way, please. I am subsequently dragged around by Arcana for the entire afternoon. At long last, we arrive at our last stop, a photo sticker booth. This is it! Before I can say anything more, the camera snaps and takes a photo, despite my not being ready. Okay, let's see if we got any good ones. Ooh, this one. Here you go. Thanks. Arcana hands me a photo. In it, I can be seen in acute discomfort. Meanwhile, Arcana is awkwardly positioned at an odd angle. You don't like it, do you? Alright, next tweet. Arcana once again starts to stagger and I hold her up. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. It's like someone is taking a vacuum cleaner to my brain. Are you okay? Not really, but at least it's benefiting me somehow. It's benefiting you. Every time she visits a new location, Arcana gets a splitting headache and regains a bit of her memory. Apparently this is the pose I like to make when I'm taking photos. It was like my body was moving on its own. The dishes she eats, the clothing style she's fond of, movies that left a deep impression on her. They're everyday things, but they seem to be helping her. There were quite a lot of pictures in your room. It seems you were a fan of taking photos. Yeah, even when it's not a particularly special occasion. Is something wrong? Her eyes just changed color again. Arcana stares at me with the same vacant expression she had during the tarot reading. Arcana? Arcana proceeds to head outside, completely ignoring me calling out to her. Guardian of Secrets. I follow Arcana inside the library. She is still in what seems to be a fugue state. Identification confirmed. After arriving at the entrance of her workspace, Arcana casually verifies her identity and opens the door. She approaches the wall covered in photographs. As Arcana flips over a photo, what the? The entire bookshelf moves to the side, revealing an old but sturdy looking door. Death. Rebirth. New beginning. Arcana disappears beyond the door. I follow her through the door. As I pass into the dark hallway, a reading room? Inside, there is a reading room. Oh, my eyes are itching. Inside, there's a reading room which appears even older than those found in the library. Arcana stands in the middle, the same blank expression on her face. Her eyes return to normal. Arcana, are you okay? You're... so dizzy. Wait a moment. Once she has gotten a hold of herself, Arcana lifts her face. Feel okay? I'm fine now. This was a pretty severe episode. Worse than others. Do you think you've regained your memory? Maybe. Maybe. Well, it's true that I now remember things I couldn't before. I can't say for certain whether it's everything. But it probably is, right? I'm not so sure about that. Anyways. Huh? Arcana frantically looks around the surroundings. How did you get in here? I just followed you. Whoa. Arcana grabs my hand and starts walking back the way we came in. You can't be here. It'll only lead to trouble. Hurry and get out. I'll explain later. Footsteps. Footsteps echo from the other end of the hallway. Already? Oh no, we're too late. What should I do? Arcana grabs me by the arms and looks me in the eye. Listen carefully. Let me handle this. Just stay quiet, don't say anything, and stay still. Understand? What in the world is going... Do you understand? Okay. She just gotta calm down. Arcana steps in front of me as if to protect me. Meanwhile, the individual responsible for the clacking footsteps emerges. K and D? Huh? Why are they here? Huh? Hello, it's been a while. Wow, I've never seen you dressed so casually, D. Really suits you. You've got quite a nice figure. Although Arcana is maintaining a neutral expression while greeting D and K, her legs are trembling like twigs. Arcana? Shh, Arcana, it's okay. What do you mean? We're in serious trouble here. Do you have any idea how dangerous people are? God. I grab Arcana's wrist, pull her back, and step forward. Hell, listen to what I'm telling you! Arcana is grabbing me by the pants and yanking me backwards. You're gonna get yourself killed! They're gonna knock your block off. Wait, what is this? What are you doing here? Honey? Arcana probably stopped shaking me backwards and bolts upright. Honey? Are you two an item? This was not long after the Kill the Lord event. No, that's not. It's complicated. Complicated? We were out on a mission but dropped everything because we got an intruder alert. I never imagined it'd be you, honey. I don't know that I'll ever get used to her calling me that. You shouldn't have come here. It's unfortunate that it has to end this way, especially since we had some good times in the past. Huh? D and K each put their hand on their ears as if receiving a communication. Stand down? Call off termination? Termination? Do you mean to tell me I just nearly got offed? Correct. What utter nonsense. Did you hear the orders? Yes. Situation all clear, resuming previous mission. I'll let you do the explaining. As Dee passes by, she stops for a moment and leans in close to my ear. Honey, if you consult the materials in this place, perhaps the crown upon your head won't weigh so heavily. What the? Does she think I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs before this? I was in the middle of a mission too. I'd finally managed to infiltrate another location, which was no small feat, but I had to drop everything in order to come running here. K. What? An explanation, please. If it weren't for that order, I would just leave. This is a top secret facility where any unauthorized intruders are liable to get their head lopped off. Arcana is the administrator, and she's the only one who can enter this place. That is, until now. You were just granted authorization. And what does that mean? You can read the information contained here or whatever else you want. You could live in here for all I care. What exactly is this place? Momentarily at a loss for words, Kay soon comes back to her senses. Before I say anything more, I want to know something. When you came in here, did you have any idea what this place was? Isn't it a library? My coming here was more accidental than anything, honestly. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. I'm not angry. I was just reflecting back on my life. Why? Because the same action has led to different results. Oh. I'm not in the mood to explain this to you. I don't know the specifics about this place myself, so I'll leave the explanations to Arcana. I've got to go. Good grief, what is it now? Kane once again touches her ear and grimaces. Another order. It's a message from I. AKA, as the commander, we don't know this, but from what we've learned from beginning authorization code I, Ingrid. I is Ingrid. She says to check your phone. My phone? Upon taking out my phone, I see there's a message. Always act in a tactical manner. Now, as the commander, we know it's Ingrid. Soon after Kay leaves, Arcana exhales in relief and plops to the ground. My goodness, I think I just shaved 10 years off my life. Thank you. Huh? What are you surprised for? I didn't expect you to be thanking me. You tried to protect me back there. You haven't done anything wrong. You're just trying to help me and got mixed up in all this as a result. You should hardly have to die because of that. I see, thank you. You're making me uncomfortable. I just did what needed to be done. How the heck do you know members of Perilous Siege anyway? Are you yes, I'm an assassin? You do seem the type like... What do you mean I seem the type? I'm a commander, I've told you already. Oh right, hold on. What's a commander from the Ark doing fraternizing with Nikkes from Perilous Siege? This is a valid question. maybe about 5% of commanders even know Perilous Siege exists. That makes it even weirder. It does? Yes! Usually anyone who crosses paths with them doesn't live to tell the tale, because most people who crosses paths with them are their termination targets. After all, they were apparently planning to bump you off initially. Don't remind me. They've been given orders to, like twice now. This may be the third. How do you know, D&K? This library, or this precise location, rather, Arcana points to the ground. Perilous Siege handles the security for the top secret archive. As such, I've had the pleasure of running into them a handful of times. Meaning people were murdered. I see. In an attempt to lighten this suddenly dour mood, I changed the subject. Can you tell me more about your memory coming back? Well, before I opened the door, I remember mumbling something. Yeah, death and rebirth, stuff like that. Yes, those words act like triggers, kind of like a form of self-suggestion. Whenever I come here to work, I recite those words and voila. I remember everything that's happened in here. It's super convenient, sure. The very fact that I regain those memories means I have to get them wiped again once I'm done working. But that's not such a big deal. That actually works. It sure does. Since I'm a Nikke, this time was an exception to the rule. What with me losing all my memory and then regaining it all. Normally I don't experience any major issues like that. You did this time. Arcana puts on a not entirely convincing innocent smile, then approaches me and links her arm with mine. Ayo. Let's go. Go where? Didn't you hear, Kay? I've got to give you an explanation, don't I? I'll give you a tour of the library. Oh, nice. We have a pretty lady giving us a tour of her library that we almost got offed for entering. Nice. Quite wonderful. We returned back to the antique reading room I had briefly seen before. This is the top secret archive I was telling you about. It may sound intimidating, but as you can see, it's a little more than a rundown room of books. Is this where classified records are stored? Yes. If I were to put it simply, you could call this an archive of forbidden books. Kind of like in fantasy novels, when they've got places where they keep dangerous and forbidden knowledge or magic. Although, there isn't any forbidden magic here. Then what is in here? Top secret records, which are very dangerous. Arcana, keeping her arm locked with mine, starts walking further inside the reading room. It looks similar to the grand reading room in the library, doesn't it? This was the original reading room when the Ark Library was first built. Over the years, the library has undergone numerous expansions and become what you see now. Meanwhile, this old reading room was reconfigured into a forbidden library. The most important part of my job is... oh, forbidden library. I like that. That's what I'm going to call this place from now on. You're welcome. Anyway, my job is to oversee this place. Since everything in here is highly classified information, which cannot leave this room under any circumstance, I therefore have to get my memories wiped after working. It's the same for Phantom and Label with their jobs. We haven't met Label. I'm going to put that out there right now. We don't know who Label... I don't even know who Label is. And I'm not speaking from the commander's point of view here. When I say we, I mean the royal we, as in the commander. When I say I'm talking about me, the person, the lore enthusiast behind the scenes. I have no clue who Label is. But it's particularly intense for you, a daily occurrence from what I gather. Yes, at least. At least? I once had my memory wiped more than 10 times in a single day. I don't remember that. What? For a while there, it negatively affected my work and things started piling up. But it wasn't because I was slacking off, promise. You've got a strange look on your face. Was it something I said? Are you okay? Yeah, I've got a strange look on my face. I'm worried about you, bitch. With what? Getting your memory wiped that often, obviously. Oh, that. Of course I don't enjoy it. What a silly question. Do you know how annoying it is to shuttle back and forth to Elysian headquarters all the time? On top of that, I have to make the trip right after work. I've been asking him to place a memory wipe device in my room or somewhere close, but they shot the idea down quick, so it'd be too difficult to maintain the machine that way. Our boss is a good person, but she's a bit stuck in her ways. Huh. What's so funny? Nothing, I was just thinking about what a good person you are. I'm simply doing what's expected of me. The work I do isn't exceptionally painful or difficult. Arcane playfully pokes my cheek. Getting a little friendly there, are ya? So why don't you turn that frown upside down for me? Oh yeah, for you, baby. Sure. Ignore me. Okay. Good boy. Now then. Arcana reaches out her hand. What do you say we continue with our tour? Arcana and I make our way down the hallway connected to the reading room. Rows of old bookshelves stretch on seemingly infinitely. There's so much here. There certainly is. Even so, the library is going to undergo another expansion soon. And this time it's not to enlarge the area accessible to the public, but rather to make the Forbidden Library bigger. It makes you wonder why there's so much to hide. You say that, but from looking at the labels on the bookshelves, the contents contained here seem to be harmless records of human history rather than sensitive classified information. World history, pop music, film. Is this the kind of information that really has to be kept secret? Below one of the labels, which is marked theater, there's a piece of paper affixed to the bookshelf which reads, "Not for me." Secrets must be protected. Huh? It's kind of like our squad's motto. Doesn't kind of go without saying that secrets should be protected? Yes, but the emphasis is on just how necessary it is. I see. These books are valuable pieces of human history. When you have something of such immense value, what do you think is the best way to protect it? Let no one know of its existence. Because if nobody knows of its existence, nobody's going to try to get the books. Precisely. No one will steal them or desecrate them if they don't know they exist. Kind of ironic when you think about it. Very much so. Although our founder saw things a bit differently. Founder? The man who both created the bestseller squad and entrusted us with overseeing the library. I heard he retired from his previous line of work and went on to become the library director. What about now? Now I guess you could say the position is vacant. Meaning, the man who created the bestseller squad is probably dead. At the moment, our squad oversees everything here. The founder stepped away a long time ago. What kind of person was he? I don't know. You don't have to look at me like that. The reason I don't know is because I never met him. Really? Of course not. He was around during the time of Operation Arc Guardian. Meaning, he was an adult official, probably somewhere between 20 and 30, 80 years ago. He would be 110 years old right now if he were alive, which means he's almost certainly dead. I've been in the squad for a while, but not for that long. So she's not 80 years old. That we know that. Sorry, I thought you'd been here from the start. I'm not that old, you know. Well, I understand why she's upset. We may have just indirectly called her an old lady. Yo, Hera, what's up? Yes, indeed. I'm the 17th one. This is installment number 11, Hera. Welcome on in. We're covering the Arcane Archives event and tying it into the main story, because it does have relevance. I'm the 7th, so she's the 17th library director. 17th what? Manager of this forbidden library. What happened to the previous managers? Do you remember what the doctor said before? Yes, we call this a mind switch. Oh shit. There you go, making that face again. I shouldn't have said anything. I know I keep asking you this, but are you sure you're okay? Okay, fine. This time I won't change the subject and ramble about the commute. Yeah, this is installment number 11. I have all the other ones up on my YouTube. Speaking of which, we're also streaming to YouTube and Kick right now. No. No, she hasn't. Okay. Here's where I should explain this with new people. Yes, she has not had mind switches. No, she has her memory wiped every day since she has become the director of this library, because she handles classified information and they cannot risk getting it out. But the 16 other directors before her had mind switches because of the same thing that she's undergoing. It's a very dangerous thing for Nikke's. Yeah, it does. But it's understandable that she has to have her memory wiped every day because she's handling shit that cannot get out, that nobody can know about, not even her. Well, Enoch doesn't even know about this. About 90% of the top officials don't even know about this place. Most people in the central government don't even know about this place. Okay, fine. Of course I'm not okay. It's my memories that make me who I am. Even if it doesn't go, as far as a full-blown mind switch, it's still like a part of me is dying with every passing day. Here's where we get to the dark part. It's not as if I'm losing all of my memories, but I am losing some of them, and part of me goes with it. Nevertheless, this is a job which must be done. Is protecting this information really that important? More than your own life? Yes. Far more important than the life of an ordinary Nikke like myself. Come this way. Arcana moves deeper into the reading room. The secrets contained in this place need to be kept safe. Do you know from what? People with bad intentions? No. Perilous Siege fulfills that role. Yeah, because they kill everybody. Then what? From Oblivion. These books contain records of a past which no longer exists. If the information contained within these tomes is forgotten, then the past world they describe dies along with them. As long as they are not forgotten, they are immortal. So long as at least one person remembers them, they will live on. As we walk, the books sitting on the shelves gradually become visibly older. The musty smell of vintage books thickens in the hushed, forbidden library. Personally, I find it somewhat odd myself. If they're so desperate to protect this place, there shouldn't be a need for someone like me. If they sealed this place up and kept it out of sight and out of mind, wouldn't that be easier? Oh no, I've got to bring that up. They have forgotten every day. You're not wrong, but at the same time, that's not entirely true. You're right, normally that's how it would be done. Exactly, but Arcana opens the old wooden door at the end of the passageway. A secret can only exist when at least someone knows about it. Behind the door lies a small room, half of which is taken up by 2 bookshelves. The ever-present scent of books lingers in the air. Arcana walks into the middle of the room and turns back to look at me. Do you think there are things in this world that no one knows about? If absolutely no one knows about something, then it can't be a secret. It couldn't possibly be contained within a memory or written record. It wouldn't be anything. It wouldn't, by our definition, exist. Our founder could never leave these records to such a fate. Nor could I, or my predecessors, who similarly shouldered this duty. At the very least, they must not be forgotten. Arcana takes back a step to reveal a handwritten label in the bookshelf. The writing reads, Goddess Squad. I want to bring this into perspective here. This implies that there are records of the Goddess Squad, which Oswald told people to destroy at the end of Overzone. He said, destroy all records of the Goddess Squad. In those exact words. I will bring this into further perspective at the end of this deep dive. But I just want to bring that bit into perspective. Because we're almost done here with this story. Goddess Squad. The books in the room were written by none other than the founder herself. The entire history of the Goddess Squad is recorded here. From when they were first formed all the way to Operation Our Guardian. Basically, the founder being, I would like to probably say the first director. Arcana takes out a book from the top shelf. All the information has been collated and neatly organized. I'm sure you'll be surprised to see there's more to the Goddess Squad than you thought. None of these books can be taken from here, but you're free to stay here and read at your leisure. What about after? Excuse me? Are there no records about what happened after Operation Our Guardian? There are, but they're all outside and publicly available because all the records covered after the events of the operation were done by us. I see. I briefly scanned through the book Arcana hands me. You're right, this is entirely different from the story I was told. What have you heard? Only bits and pieces via word of mouth. From the goddesses themselves, because we're awesome. Sorry. I see. Anyways, as you might know, we don't have detailed information on the Goddess Squad's exploits, nor their specific members. But it's not as if their existence is being hidden. Why would that be? I don't know why. That wasn't a rhetorical question, I was genuinely asking. I thought that since it was related to politics, you might know. Not to mention that you've had the good fortune of speaking to a goddess. Sorry, but I don't know. I suppose it's not such a big deal anyway. Arcana carefully brushes some dust off the bookshelf. Something tells me she doesn't believe my assertion that I don't know anything. Not as long as we're keeping a watchful eye over them. Indeed. There's more covered here than just the Goddess Squad. Arcana takes out a book from the bookshelf beside her. This is a record of everyone who risked their life fighting for humankind. All the way from the first Rapture invasion to Operation Our Guardian. Arcana hands me the book and I open it. Daniel Carter, age 23. His life is recorded in volume 17, page 229. Stayed behind alone to operate the machine gun and provided cover for his squad's retreat. Shot once in the upper left arm, twice in the abdomen, yet continued firing until his death. With honor and gratitude for your sacrifice. Sarah Bradley volunteered to become a Nikke age 16. Her life is recorded in volume 42, page 35. Participated in Operation Our Guardian, after which whereabouts are unknown. Insufficient information regarding a potential final moments. Supplemental information will be provided if discovered. With honor and gratitude for your sacrifice. J. Karras, age 38. Went missing during the Ark evacuation operation. Insufficient information on his life and final moments. Supplemental information will be provided if discovered. With honor and gratitude for your sacrifice. On the next page and the page after that, line after line of laudatory text appears, seemingly never ending. With honor and gratitude for your sacrifice. What do you think? Isn't this worth risking my life for? I personally think yes, but we, on the other hand, only you can answer that, not me. You truly are a good person. For all these years, I've been trying my best to keep this information safe. It's nice to have someone else here to remember both it and these people with me. As far as I know, there are only a total of 10 or so people who know about this. Keep that in mind. The Ark is the size of Seoul. Seoul, South Korea. With millions of people in it. And as far as she knows, there are only 10 people who know about this place. Keep that in mind. That is the perspective we're looking for here. And now you're one of them. So you must help me to watch over these records. I will. After all, I'm personally familiar with the Goddess Squad. Why do you keep pretending as if you know them? Were you their commander? Well, no, but actually, wait a moment. I reopened the first book that Arcana gave me, the one covering the Goddess Squad. After checking and double-checking the table of contents along with the rest of the book, I'm unable to turn up any information as to who was the commander of the Goddess Squad. There's no mention of the squad's commander anywhere. The individual in question requested his name be redacted. He asserted that he did not deserve to have his name written alongside the Nikke's. Because he saw himself as less than them. He's a really great guy. After that, however, we recorded the names of all of the commanders. Some of the more notable ones are Mad Dog and New Hope, my predecessor. There's also a commander who has recently been making a name for himself. He's the leader of the Special Task Force Counters. Oh, you know the Counters? Of course I know. They're my favorite squad. Are they now? Absolutely. I'll show you. Come this way. Just a second. As I move to put the book back on the bookshelf, a piece of paper falls out from between the pages. A note. The paper is yellowed from age. On it, there's written a single line. Old stories end beautifully. Here's another perspective. There are 3 people who could have written that line. 3 people who could have written that note. And I will... Cinderella, Ave, or Oswald. Those are the only 3 people who could have written that line. I don't think it was Cinderella. Cinderella was never in the Ark. Ave was only in the Ark when she was captured way after Ark Guardian, so it could not have been Ave. I think Oswald wrote that paper. I think Oswald wrote that. That is my theory. I follow the eager Arcana to a bookshelf which is unusually clean. Underneath the label which reads Counter Squad, there's a supplementary note that reads, My favorite. Of all the squads, I've kept records since becoming the manager. The Counters have performed the best. Oh, I'm perfectly aware of how capable they are. I imagine you would, after all you've even spoken to members of the Goddess Squad. The Counters are a special commando unit, so they've had to carry out all sorts of classified missions. There's a bunch of information about them which isn't known to the public either, almost as much as the Goddess Squad. Every time they've gone up against a heretic, they've come out on top. Not every time. I'm pretty sure there were times that they were defeated or had to retreat. Okay, but if we exclude tactical retreats and unsuccessful withdrawals, they were undefeated. Hold on, how do you know all of this? When we first went up against a heretic, I thought we were done for. Eventually, we got better and better. We worked more and more as a team and everyone became stronger. And above all, I assume you've heard about Vaphouse? I have. The commander of the counters used it to defeat Nihilister. But apparently it's no silver bullet. If only the commander of the counters was able to make more of that stuff. Looks like not everything was recorded. Arcana's gaze fixates on the name tag on my chest. Then we could have already reclaimed this. Wait a second. You've got the same name as the commander of the counters. Arcana redirects her focus to my face. And your face, it's awfully similar to what I saw during the attack on the Ark. How interesting. You must be his doppelganger. Are you in denial or are you dumb? Where's brother? Are you serious? You're him, you're the commander of the counters. Hey! I puffed my chest out as much as I can and flashed my most dashing smile. Nice to meet you. I'm Icarus, the commander of the counters. It's always nice meeting a fan. It takes Arcana about 20 minutes to accept reality. Have you never seen a photo of me? My job usually consists of transcribing mission reports that come my way. I know your general description, but as far as actually seeing your face, it was only once, briefly during the attack on the Ark. That makes sense. Phantom brought you to the outpost. I'm the only commander at the outpost, aren't I? My mind was all scrambled then. I had no idea whether I was at the outpost, the Ark, or on the surface. Well, fair enough. You didn't seem all that out of sorts. Just because someone does his show doesn't mean they're not hurting inside. Valid point. Still, though. What? Nothing. I just wondered if you were actually real. Well, as you can see, I'm very much real and you're face to face. It may seem like a silly thought to you, but if your only reference point is these records, there are times when you wonder. Really? Yeah, your military career has defied belief from the start. Well, I mean, yeah. We were a rookie commander with 3 Nikkes who defeated... No, with 2 Nikkes who defeated a blacksmith. Yeah, defied belief. Even on your first mission when the transport was shot down, you managed to lead a hastily formed squad, destroy the blacksmith, and complete the mission. You faced new challenges in your next mission to pursue Chatterbox, sure. But that was also the first time you met the goddesses. Then you went further up north and encountered Unlimited. You met Snow White and crossed paths yet again with Chatterbox. Then just when it seemed you were about to take it down, Modernia appeared and oh sorry. I'm sure these aren't exactly pleasant memories for you. It's okay, we may be separated now, but it's only temporary. I see. How is Marion doing? After that incident, we don't have any more reports regarding her. She's... No, on second thought, don't tell me. If you told me anything, I'd be duty-bound to record it. And you don't want to leave a written record behind, do you? No, I don't. You won't get in trouble for this? It's fine. The higher-ups censor some of the information they give us anyways. And after all the hard work you've done for the good of the Ark, you can get away with this at the very least. This is why we love Arcana. Arcana's a wonderful being. A notification sound emits from Arcana's phone. Oh boy. Is it Phantom? No. It's from the boss. It's time for my memory wipe. I guess she found out that my memory came back. How did Ingrid... Let's get going. I'll be in big trouble if I'm late. We'll have to do the rest of the tour another time. Sure thing. As I move to set the book back on the shelf, my eye once again catches the note that reads, my favorite. Arcana? Why are you such a fan of ours? How could I not be? You guys give meaning to what I do. Arcana clasps her hands behind her back and quietly walks between the bookshelves. I know I was awfully lofty a few moments ago with all that talk about protecting this information from oblivion, but the long and short of it is, that if the Ark were to fall, it'd be curtains for these records. It's because of you, Arcana stares at the wooden door at the end of the passageway, and your compatriots, that there's a meaning to the work that I do. And, yes, it's just plain cool. Facing the Raptors and Heretics and not backing down, defeating them all. You standing your ground and bellowing, I will protect my Nikkes. When did I ever do that? Even if you didn't, it doesn't matter. Oh, right. There was something I always wanted to tell you, if I ever met you in person. What's that? Arcana takes a step back and bows her head. Thank you for fighting for us. Thank you for all that you've done as well. I'm a little awkward. I'm a little awkward when it comes down to it, but you know what? We're a little awkward, but it's fine. Arcana and I head out to the library and eventually arrive at Elysian headquarters. Oh, wait just a second. What is it? I need to take a photo as proof. Arcana leans against me and pulls out her phone. Oh, damn, she's leaning against me. Oh. I suddenly remember all the photos plastered on the wall in Arcana's room. Arcana? 1 second, just gotta access the camera. I can enter the Forbidden Library as well, right? That's right, since you have authorization. Goodness me, this camera is so slow. That means I'll be able to remember things for you. I really ought to get a new phone. What? Photos are great, but it's better to have someone else you can depend on. I just take these photos for fun. You do? You don't think selfies are fun? They are for me. I don't know, but I personally, as a guy who doesn't think he's that photogenic, no, I don't think selfies are fun. I don't think I'm photogenic at all, so, no. I mean, I can totally get why someone would get the wrong idea. That they'd take me for some tragic heroine or something like that. But they'd be wrong. Anyway, you looked really cool a moment ago. Got my heart racing and everything. Oh, did I now? Did I now? Once Arcana has configured the settings to her liking, she takes a photo. Any chance you could smile for me a little bit more? I want to remember this as a happy moment. You said you didn't see this as a commemorative thing. I don't. It's just... I just want to have a photo with my favorite commander that I can cherish. Oh, guys. Once my memory is wiped, I may be able to remember you helping me regain my memories. But I may forget just how much I liked you in our conversations that we had in the Forbidden Library. There we go. That one came out much better. There you go again, making that face. Fine. If it bothers you that much, Arcana holds out her pinky finger. Let's collaborate every once in a while. Collaborate? Yes, and work together. My job is to record things, and it's far better to get the information straight from the source than from reading second-hand reports. Mission reports are dry as dirt anyways. I don't like reading. You're not wrong. And when we're inside the Forbidden Library, I'd remember everything. Okay. Promise. Promise. I lock my pinky finger with Arcana's. You stay put, I'll be back. After Arcana disappears into the building, I check a message I received a few moments prior. I expect a tactical decision. I follow Arcana into Elysian headquarters. Upon seeing me enter the office, Ingrid put down the tablet she was looking at. Ingrid. I don't know. You don't know what I was going to say. I wasn't fully aware of what state Arcana was in. And I'm not aware of what you saw in the secret archive. I know you have many questions you want to ask, but I can't help you. However, Ingrid stands up and looks out the window. If I were to hypothetically talk out loud to myself, I don't think that'd be a problem. Well, since I'm already here... Oh, look at this motherfucker bending the rules for us. This is why we like you, Ingrid. I sit at the table where some refreshments have been laid out. Steam rises from the freshly poured cup of hot coffee. I might as well stay for a few moments. She expected us. Of course she did. She knows what we do. She knows us. I might as well stay for a few moments. Do as you like. How are the judges connected to the secret archive? The Ark is a smaller place than most think. You often end up meeting someone in one place and then running into them again in another. It's an awfully small cast of characters. It can get a bit tiresome. Why are you hiding information about the Goddess Squad? There are many people out there who want to keep that information safe, under lock and key. And the question is, are their goals all the same? For some, perhaps they see that as the best choice. When you say some, there isn't that much information out there on the man who founded the bestseller squad. The only thing I'm certain of is that there was something that he wanted to hide. The same goes for the higher-ups in the Ark. That could explain why some of the official records don't exactly align with the truth. You could be right. Not even I know all the secrets that are hidden there. I'm getting tired of talking to myself. I have to get back to work. In fact, Arcane's memory wipe should be finished by now. Doesn't it usually take a few hours? Oh, it was already complete by the time you got here. Good taps on the tablet. There were times when I felt my patience was at its limit, but I must admit that cooperating with Miss Silas was worth it in the end. She cooperated with a hag Suyin? Really? It's afforded us the ability to upgrade our own selective memory wipe technology. Now it's much faster and much safer. And more tactical. Again with the tactical talk. You ought to be, thankful. It's thanks to this tactical collaboration that we succeeded in this attempt. What attempt? You can see for yourself. At any rate, there won't be any issues with losing memories going forward. Somehow I doubt that. There could always be a 1 in a million exception. However, it's precisely because of that, Ingrid turns around and looks at me. And we need someone to stand by us in the decisions we make. I understand. I take a sip of the now cold coffee and get up. Then I'll be off. Thank you. Oasis coffee tastes pretty good, wouldn't you say? Yes. Delicious. I open the door and am just about to leave when Ingrid calls to me. Wait just a moment. There was something. What are you talking about? Ingrid taps on the tablet. Information on the founder of the bestseller squad. A signature on an authorization form. Although it's just an initial. Oh. I fucking knew it! It was Oswald! It was fucking Oswald! The founder of the bestseller squad. Oswald. I rush out of Louisiana headquarters. That's why the information on the Goddess Squad, while the names of the members and stuff were destroyed, he recorded their existence. I knew it. I knew it was Oswald. Because he was a fangirl, well, fanboy. He was a fanboy of the Goddess Squad and of Old Tales. Old stories must end beautifully. That is something straight from Abe's mouth. I knew Oswald would write it down. I knew it. I knew it was Oswald. I rush out of Lucian headquarters. Near the main entrance, I spot a shock of familiar aqua blue hair. Beside Arcana, there lies an Americano and a cup of lemon tea. Arcana. Who are you? Oh, you're not the legendary commander that I've heard about, are you? I'm a big fan. Do you like coffee by any chance? I think I said you're a horrible actor. What? I'm not acting. I take the coffee that Arcana offers me. Where are you coming from? I told you to stay put. Sorry, I had a conversation with Ingrid. Oh, I see. How's your memory? Well, after pondering something for a few moments, Arcana points at me. I remember you're my favorite commander. Is that all? Do I need more? No, that's enough. So, what did you and the boss talk about? It's alright if it's bad news. I can take it. You of all people should know that. It's good news. She said that you won't be forgetting as much going forward. She said the memory wipes will be more tactical. It's just like her. Ignore that word again. Anyway, it seems the collaboration with Miss Silas yielded some results. You knew? Yes, boss kept telling me about it. In fact, she told me so many times I thought my ears were gonna fall off. I think she wanted to reassure me, even though I kept telling her it was fine. I see. What else? Huh. There's no way you two talked for as long as Jade and only covered that. So what else do you talk about? Something important? That is a secret, I'm afraid. Then again, if I were to talk to myself, I suppose that'd be alright. I was in a playful mood, so I emulated what Ingrid had done with me. However, my audience wasn't as receptive. Who talks to themselves in front of someone? Just tell me, quickly. Seems like I'm not the only one who can keep a secret. My lips are sealed, promise. For example, the person standing before me smiling and drinking her lemon tea is second to none when it comes to keeping secrets, especially regarding her most noble of missions. Arcane Archive end. Well, there is the after. This isn't that relevant, but we'll watch it anyways. A few days later. Yeah. Arcana stares intently at the stone scattered on the table and... Well, shh, you'll jinx it. I understand. Delta, who's sitting across from Arcana, gulps nervously and stares at the stones. What is it? Delta cuts herself off and covers her mouth. Oh, it's okay, you can talk, it's all done. So what does it say? I think it would be better to look nearby. You see how this stone is tilted to the side by 25 degrees? That means that you should look carefully around your surroundings. In terms of your relationships, it's saying that it's the person you already know. You asked me how to become normal, this means that you'll find the answer very soon. It's just fortune telling, don't take it too seriously, unless Arcana taps on the tarot cards. You want me to do a tarot reading? This is my specialty, so it might be more accurate. Yes, please. A wise decision. Since you're a new customer, I'll even give you a discount, half off. Wait a second. Patience now, you'll be after Delta. That's not what I meant. Why are you running your business in my room? I have no choice. How could I have known that I needed to re-up my lease on the day I lost my memory? Why didn't you take care of something that important earlier? That landlord is a real tyrant. Is a one-day grace period too much to ask? I've never been late on my rent even once, and they kick me out after the first chance they get? Don't change the subject. Oh, come on, let me stay here for just a while. Just a while. It's not like I'm going to be shacking up here permanently. I'll just be using it here and there for work. Absolutely no, huh? The ground beneath me starts to undulate and I shoot up. What in the world? The tremors become more severe in the spot where I was sitting. And the hole opens up. You've got to be kidding me. From inside the hole. Instructor. The heck is the commander doing here? Yo, welcome back, Darkus. Hey, Monsieur, fancy meeting you here, there. A few familiar phantom thieves appear. I'm here because this is my own room. Oh, guess we ended up somewhere we've been before. Hi, Phantom. Arcana, what are you doing here? This is my new workspace. I see. The hell it is! Are you conducting summer Phantom activities? I am. I was scouting for these activities scheduled for this weekend. Ah, darn it. Was that supposed to be a secret? Correct, no one outside this room can even know about it. Yo, Fishy! Juice! Oh my god, thank you guys! Oh my god, I appreciate that, Darkus. Thank you guys. What's all this about Phantom Thieves? Oh my god. How the... Thank you, Juice, for the follow. I appreciate you. I didn't sense your presence at all. Me neither. How interesting. Would you like to join the thieves? Oh my god. It means you should look carefully around your surroundings. No, that is not what she meant, Delta. Don't you be getting ideas. Well, thank you for popping in, Fishy. In terms of your relationships, the thing that's a person you already know. You asked me how to become normal. This means that you'll find the answer very soon. These guys are... None of these motherfuckers are normal. No, Delta, so I should look around me. Oh, God. Alright, let's take a look at your destiny. It's fucked. That's what it is. It's fucked. Arcana holds my hand and makes me flip over a tarot card. Oh, the fool. You're not making fun of me, are you? Of course not! Then what does it mean? There are many different meanings, but in this case it probably signifies that you'll be getting mixed up in something new. I'm always getting mixed up in something new. Can I really become a phantom thief? Anyone who is righteous is welcome. Uh-oh. Here we go again. Here we go again. Okay. That is the end of Arcane Archives. But
How do I look?
I think there is a little bit of relevance in... Oh my god. Who else just popped in? Fishy, thank you for the follow. There is a little bit of relevance in Arcana's Bond story. So we will be going through that as well. Yes, I do plan on having a good time. I always plan on having a good time, and I always have a good time when covering this game's story. Oh. There's a reason we're known as the Commander. Okay, I'm dead. Inside Arcana's workshop, Arcana and I are holding true to our previous agreement, in which I dictate to her detailed information of all my previous operations for her to record down. I'm trying to focus on the lore here, and then you guys are making jokes like that, but you know what? You're not wrong. Or at least that's what we were doing. True, you're not wrong. It is juice. Or at least that's what we were doing until about 20 minutes ago. Man, she's sleeping like a log. As I debate whether or not to wake her... Ow! Arcana suddenly bolts upright, banging her knees on the desk in the process. Whoops, looks like I dozed off there. Anyway, let's continue. She's trying to act casual and play it off like nothing happened. Dude, I will show you why I made that comment after I'm done with the recording. Now, where did we leave off? But peeking from underneath strands of hair, her ears are burning red. Don't your knees hurt? Of course they do. Arcana rubs her knees, sniffling, and turns towards me. Did you have to point it out? It sounded like an explosion. How could I possibly ignore it? Was it that bad? Did you not get any sleep last night? And hey, I'm not gonna lie. Quincy and Arcana and Phantom are hot as fuck, so yeah, I would have some fun with them. Let's be straight here. No, I slept like usual. You're nearly done at any rate, aren't you? Let's wrap this up quick and get some rest. Sure, just a little bit more and done. Arcana jots down the final period and sets down the pen. I'm sorry, I had to break. Another impressive feat from you. It was an honor to record it. What, are you embarrassed? No. You ought to be more proud of yourself. Thanks. But does that mean that we're done until you're back from the surface? She's referring to our next mission. I guess so, since we're all up to date. Then why don't we have a meal to celebrate? Are you free this weekend? Sorry, but a mission came up last minute. I've got to be ready to head out early tomorrow. Oh, I suppose that's to be expected when you're the strongest and most fearsome commander around. Fearsome, what kind of word is that to describe someone? In that case, are you free today? Let me see. I check my phone and see that it's a little past 9 at night. Yeah, I'm free. You could just stay with me tonight. Ayo? I didn't mean it like that. I just meant to hang out because I'm bored, that's all. She's a little innocent. She's kinda innocent. She's way too work-oriented to be a horny, but... Ayo. I wouldn't mind that either. Fine by me, but what did you want to do? I didn't really have anything in mind, I just want to be with you. Ayo? I see. Alright. Arcana pulls out her tarot deck and places it on the desk. How about we use these to help us decide? Tarot cards can do that. Sure, we'll draw a card and decide what to do based on its meaning. What do you think? Doesn't that seem fun? Isn't it terribly exciting? Seems interesting. Before we start, let me do an ordinary fortune reading for practice. Arcana flips over the top of the deck. The Lovers. The card has an angel and two naked figures on it. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's too bad. In situations like this, the Lover's card usually signifies a fateful or decisive moment. It is a positive card though, so I could interpret it as something along the lines of, go ahead, give it a try, it'll be fine. Heyo. You said that the cards can be interpreted differently each time, right? Yes, it can vary slightly depending on the situation as well as the reader's knowledge, mood, and perspective. Doesn't sound very precise to me. Dude, you fucking murdered me. That was a good one. That's why it's just for fun. You shouldn't take this stuff too seriously. Odd hearing that from someone who runs a tarot shop. I prefer to think of it as ethical. Arcana shuffles the cards again while chuckling. I mean, it is ethical to provide disclaimers. This time you pick a card. This time, we're deciding for real. Okay. I flip over a card and place it on the desk. It's the moon. Arcana blinks as she gazes silently at the card. Arcana? Oh, sorry, I zoned out for a second. If it's the moon, Arcana stops, seems to contemplate something for a moment, then stands up. Let's go. Where? To see the moon, silly. Arcana and I step out of the library. Let me go get ready first. What do you mean? We're going to the surface, aren't we? I can't go up there like this. Why would we go to the surface? Didn't you say we were going to see the moon? I was talking about that. Arcana points upwards towards the Dome of Eternity. So, let me provide a little background here for those who don't know. We are in the Ark. We are technically underground. But the top of the Ark is called the Dome of Eternity. It is basically a giant projection device that not only provides an accurate view that almost looks as though you're gazing up at the sky itself, as well as cycling day and night based on real time as what it is on the actual surface. It also simulates weather, such as wind, rain, snow, and etc. There's an equivalent, somewhat, in terms of strength anyway. I'll show you after the lore deep dive recording is wrapped up. Arcana points upward towards the Dome of Eternity, where there rests a perfect full moon. We'll love to have a full moon tonight. It's not a guy. Sorry to brick your gay brain, but It's a girl, but it's basically a female Escanor, somewhat. Similarly. That makes it all the better for moon gazing. You weren't talking about the surface? Of course not. Why would you go all the way up there to look at the moon? Besides, I've never been up to the surface before. To be fair, I have literally gone all the way up to the surface to let someone look at flowers. It wouldn't be that far out of the realm of possibility, Arcana. Besides, I've never been up to the surface before. Really? Really, if something bad happened to me up there, the Forbidden Library would be left without a manager. The farthest out I've ever ventured was the last time at the outpost. Arcana stretches. Well, I'm gonna go get my memory wife. Would you mind, would you like to wait at the cafe we went to before? We can decide later what we want to do next. You talk about a memory wipe like it's nothing. It's not like this is my first rodeo, and I've also got someone who exudes a calming presence. Oh, is that so? Go ahead to the cafe, I'll be right there. After about 30 minutes, Arcana returns and meets me at the cafe. Hey there, cutie, you're my kind of guy. Why don't you give me your number? Damn it! Sorry, I have a girlfriend. You do figures. How about ditching the girlfriend for a wife? Oh my god! I think I'd make a heck of a good wife. Hold on, don't tell me you have a girlfriend and a wife! I ordered lemon tea. I ordered lemon tea. Thanks. You're here early. It's like the boss said, the whole process has become very, dare I say, tactical. Yes. I also think I've got a better grasp on this memory stuff now. How so? How can I explain? Before, everything up until the moment I went in would get wiped. So I would wake up thinking I need to head to work. Then once I snapped out of my daze, my memory would be a blank slate, and I'd be leaving Elysian headquarters. But now, only specific parts, like certain information that I saw during the work, get wiped. No. I heard that this is the way Phantom gets it done. That's what I heard as well. That wasn't done with me before due to security reasons and concerns. But I guess they made some tactical upgrades. That's why I still remember you proposing to me and getting rejected earlier. I don't seem to recall that. Arcana laughs as she looks around. We're the only customers in the cafe. The dim lighting only makes us seem more quiet than ever. Oh yeah, the vibes here totally feel familiar. But there's way less people here than usual. This place is open 24 hours, but it's not a place where people usually come after work. Not many people come here at this hour, unless it's someone like me. And who would that be? Someone who spends all day handling confidential information only they're privy to, then knocks off work and gets their memory wiped. Makes sense. Arcana rests her chin in both hands and sips her lemon tea. Anyway, did you decide what you want to do next? No. What? You go out with a cute girl like me without having any concrete plans? He gets it, he gets it. So this is the first time you get a pass. But don't let me catch you doing it again. Ayo. You think I'm gonna go out with a cute girl a second time? It's awful. You know what? You're damn right I will. Especially if it's you. Okay, I'm done being cringe. It's not a great feeling, you know. It makes a girl feel like the guy isn't interested in her. Well, told me that we'd decide later. To be honest, I don't really care what we do. It's more about who you're with rather than what you're doing. Still though, I think you'd be a bit happier if you cared a bit more. You're a thoughtful guy. I'm sure you're capable of it. I am. Sure you are. Think back to when we first met. It'd be crazy for you to go through all of that to help someone that you knew. Because keep in mind, we went over the course of like a week. Literally helped her regain all our memories. Went so far out of our way for her. It'd be crazy for someone to go through that for someone they knew. Let alone a total stranger. Because she was a stranger to us at the time. You don't have to feel too pressured to steer the ship. But I do a lot. Just like she did at the library, Arcana places the deck of tarot cards on the table. Well, then, to take some of the pressure off, let's use the same method we did before to decide. I'll draw a card this time. Arcana flips over the top card. Oh. The devil. No, you. Arcana looks down with a smile at the card depicting a devil. That can't be good, can it? Not necessarily. I told you, tarot cards can be interpreted in all sorts of ways. It all depends on the reader's mood, knowledge, and even their own biases and preconceptions. You seem to be adding more and more things to this list. Look carefully. Below the horned devil figure, there is a naked man and woman bound by chains. See how the man is extending his hand after the woman? Yeah. Is it that they've both been captured and the man is trying to save the woman? What are you talking about? The man is clearly a blackmailer for money or some other valuable item. That just seems quite obvious to me. But it turns out that the woman is the devil in disguise. She was trying to bring out the worst in the man and drag him to hell. The man has revealed them as a sexually perfect creature, pure and kind, unlike any other in the world. This works for sure. Man and the man and woman get married and live happily ever after. That sounds a bit far-fetched to me. Yeah, maybe after all, no one in this world is perfect and pure and kind. Not just that. Then what? Do you mean the part where they lived happily ever after? Actually, I've never really thought about it before. What exactly does happily ever after entail? Now hold on, I was just thinking out loud. That may have been my thought process before I met you, but not now, so don't give me that face. I'm not making that face. Besides, you said it yourself. That's not how you're thinking now. Yes, since I met you. Oh, what's wrong? Nothing is just so direct. You caught me off guard. That's not direct. You really want to really see direct? Maybe. Sure. Too bad I don't want to. Oh, fuck! Arcana rests her chin in her hands and looks at me with a smile. So. Yes. What are we going to do? Weren't we using these cards to decide? Oh, right. Does your head feel alright? Maybe we should head to the hospital. My head is fine. The doctor said that my brain is super healthy and pretty. What does it mean for a brain to be pretty? Huh? Not sure, but it's gotta be better than it being ugly. Arcana stares intensely at the devil card. I mean, probably. Probably is better than it being ugly. You want to fall into hell together? Oh, I'm looking. I'm always looking at chat. Do you want to fall into hell together? Ayo? Thanks, but I'll pass. I'm too good. Then let's live together happily ever after. Shit! Why? You don't want to? Then come with me to hell. I wouldn't mind that either. Oh, I just remembered. They sell churros somewhere out front. They're made out of Splendman, but they're supposed to taste just like the real thing, hence why they're so famous. God, they're gonna close in 30 minutes! This cafe allows you to bring outside food. Yeah, it better be delicious. I'll go buy some. Thank you! What would I do without you? You don't have to overdo it with the sweet talk. I leave the cafe, leaving a silently beaming Arcana behind me. Strength. I return to the cafe, which is still empty, with churros in hand. Huh? And she's asleep again. Arcana slumped over the table, fast asleep. Arcana, I bought us some churros. Churros. Arcana comes to, but is still clearly groggy. Alright, we still gotta pick a card. What card? To decide what to do next. I grabbed the cards, intending to draw from the bottom of the deck. Hey, what are you doing? Trying to draw a card. I was thinking of pulling one from the bottom this time. You can't do that. It's bad luck. What? Nothing. I flip over the top card of the deck. Strength. Oh, let's go. Arcana ties up and stands up from her chair. What are we doing? Going for a walk so we can gather some strength. As we head back towards the library, Arcana yawns incessantly. You seem pretty pooped. Yeah. A little. I don't physically need to sleep anymore, but old habits die hard. What was that about habits? I can't believe you're taking advantage of an innocent girl when she's tired and making her spill all her secrets. I see you're not to be underestimated. You've got what it takes to become a stellar guardian of secrets. What is it? I don't want to say. Tell me. I can't. It's only because I'm worried about you. Stop. Actually, if you say the magic words, I won't be able to refuse. Just tell me. Arcana looks at me quietly, then lets out a heaving sigh. Remember when I told you before that I've been sleeping like usual? Yeah. That means I haven't been sleeping like usual. What? I meant that I've been sleeping in a way that was normal for the old me. Back then I barely slept, 2 or 3 hours a week at most. I'd only sleep when I couldn't take being awake any longer. That would explain the mind switch. At any rate, I'm always tired, even if I do get a good night's sleep. At least that's how it used to be. Despite that, it wasn't like I was wandering around feeling super tired back then. But these days, I'm like a zombie, maybe because I'm becoming relaxed. Why did you used to be like that with sleep? Want to take a guess? Arcana stops walking and turns to face me. Pop quiz. Every night, the imperturbable, icy professional Arcana erased all memory of the time from when clocking in to clocking out. What do you think that means? I don't know. What does it mean? The answer is, in essence, I only had half the time available to me that other people do. I see. Time was a precious thing to me. I wasn't going to live long anyway, and my days were shorter than everyone else's. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I hated what I was doing. Okay. So I found a remedy to the situation. Let me put this into perspective. She said she's not going to live long anyway. Keep in mind, not living long for Nikkes is kind of incredible, because Nikkes who are in the Ark, Nikkes are in essence immortal. Unless their brain is destroyed. Or other reasons happen. Like a mind switch. They are in essence immortal. Unless their brain is destroyed. So, the idea that she's not going to live that long when she never sees battle is kind of sad. And for her to know that, pretty fucking sad. So I found a remedy to the situation. Since I would be a Nikke, any negative side effects from lack of sleep would be of no significance to me. You see, this is why I wasn't going to tell you anything. You're quite the empath, aren't you? I suppose so, yes. Then, since you have such a kind heart, I'll lay it all bare. I'm sure you picked up on how I was speaking in the past tense, no? What do you think that means? Was it? It means that you saved my life. You gave me back the other half of my life that I didn't have. I don't mean to be a wet blanket, but I don't really feel like I did anything. How pragmatic of you. Yes, I suppose you didn't do much besides providing emotional support. Most of this is thanks to the improvements the boss made to the memory wiping tech. And also to me hanging in for as long as I have. That's right. Yes, you could say all you did was provide emotional support. That is, as long as you exclude how you risked your life for us to get to where you are now, which led you to meeting Phantom and thus knowing me. How are you a kind and caring person without expecting anything in return? How you helped a strange girl who you've never met regain her memories nearly at the cost of your own life. Referring to when I almost got killed by D&K. But did you know, having someone be there for me to stay by my side, there's only one person in the whole world who can do that for me. Arcana clasps her trembling hand slightly and forces a smile. No matter how close I get to someone, they'll never be able to know everything about me. They'll only know half of me at best. The version of me that lives outside of the Forbidden Library. The only one who can know me, all of me, right now, and for forever, is you. Haha. Arcana. We're here. We arrive at the front of the library. You said you were being deployed early tomorrow, right? Yeah, before lunchtime, most likely. I see. Arcana takes a step back. Thank you for walking me back. Be careful. Be careful, I'll be rooting for you. Because you're a fan? Yeah, because I'm a fan. Arcana smiles brightly, then turns and walks inside the library. Next day, morning. I'm doing a final round of checks before heading out on my mission, when the door to the commander's room opens. Hello. Why are you looking at me like that? Aren't you glad to see me? It's not that. It's just that after our goodbye last night, it's a bit strange seeing you the day after. I guess it did make it seem like everything had an air of finality to it last night. In that case, let's just say this is an epilogue or a teaser for the next episode. Are you leaving now? Yeah, I was doing my final checks. Wow, hearing you say that makes you really seem like a commander. I am a real commander. Right, and a legendary one at that. Arcana averts her gaze and instead starts looking at my gear. When will you be back? Not sure, we often don't have set return dates. We're deployed for as long as the mission dictates. Right. You're really taking all this with you, isn't it heavy? You get used to it. Are these combat rations? Do they taste good? They're edible. I'd like to try it at some point, Arcana. Yes? You have something to tell me, don't you? I'm telling you things right now, aren't I? That's not what I mean. Can we just chat for a little bit? You've always wanted to have a small talk with someone. Even a day like yesterday, in someone else's eyes, that may have viewed it as a waste of time. But those are all things I have longed to do. For a long time, I've only had half the time available to me that others do. So I've longed to spend my time doing something frivolous instead of spending it like I'm being chased by something. That's dark. And if I'm being a little greedy, then I hope I'm not alone. Instead, I'd be with someone I like. Hey, yo. I don't think yesterday was meaningless. Really? That's a relief. Arcana gives my gear one last glance and then turns to face me. Anyway, you're really lucky. How's that? I told you yesterday. You're the only one for me. Isn't that every guy's dream? To be adored by a girl with a tragic backstory, but who nonetheless feels the pulse of life and lives it to the fullest? Even if you're a terrible person who holds a pizza box the wrong way, hogs the karaoke machine for 5 songs straight, or eats all the drumsticks and leaves only the wings that can't help but love you. Ayo! Really? No, not really. Arcana pulls out the Wheel of Fortune card that I've seen before, the one with the sticky note attached. That's because I decided my own fate. I chose all of this. That's even better. Arcana puts the card in my inside pocket. I'm lending this to you. Make sure you return it. I will. And Arcana takes a small breath and slowly approaches me, wrapping her arms around my waist. I'm sorry for leaving so suddenly yesterday. I need some time to prepare myself. I don't do well with impromptu situations. I understand. There's always a chance that you won't come back, isn't that right? That's right. How can you say that so nonchalantly because this task is more important than my own life? Much like the job done by a certain someone that I know. I guess you're right. Kind of buries your face to my chest. You have to go? Yes, I need to go. Just come back safe. Okay. That card I gave you means a lot to me, so make sure to return it. I will. I'll be preparing the paperwork for our marriage, so you need to come back inside so I don't die a spinster. Damn it, woman. You're doing things to me. Isn't that a bit much? Oh, come on, can you do this one thing for me? It's super important. I know. But I can still get flustered with a hot woman to say shit. Okay, fine. Instead of that, Arcana hugs me a little tighter. Come back and tell me another story. One that I'll be proud to write down for you. Instead of answering with words, just stick my pinky out. That's supposed to be my move, you know. We can both use it. It's not like it's gonna wear out. Arcana gently hooks her finger with mine, and in a barely audible voice she whispers, "You promise." Okay. Now it's time for the context. Now that we've finished that, let's back out here and get back to the... Okay. So, now it's time for context. So, that mission she's referring to, this is referring to when this chronologically takes place. This chronologically takes place after chapter 26 and after two of the missions in chapter 27. Two of the scenes in chapter 27 happen describing our departure and how we are going to have a team put together for us to depart. So it is implied there's a small interlude because sometimes that takes a while because they're trying to find a small elite team. So then, not only does there an interlude, that is when this event story happens. At some place after, in the middle of the beginning of the events of chapter 27, and then the rest of chapter 27 and the future chapters take place after this event. So this is when we learn a little more about the arc. So, for a brief summary, we met the bestseller squad not long before the invasion of the arc. Then the invasion of the arc. We bring back Rappy, and then this event happens. We meet Arcana. We learn more about the history of the arc. We learn more about the hidden bits of the arc's past. We learn more about the fact that history has been recorded and is being kept secret. Nobody knows about it other than 10 people, including us. There is thousands of commanders, thousands, probably maybe hundreds of thousands of central government officials. Only 10 people know about it, which implied in the story is probably the Supreme Commander, who knows everything about the arc, probably the judges. We don't even know who the judges are. We just know that they oversee shit. They oversee everything. They oversee a little bit under the Supreme Commander, a little bit over the Supreme Commander. One of the judges is Enoch. That's the only judge we know about. And she presides over judiciary matters and matters resolving the arc's safety. We don't know who the other judges are. I have one theory on who one of the other judges might be, though. Deep. Deep might be one of the judges, because she oversees the Ark's safety too. But she doesn't reside in the Ark. That is just a theory of mine. But maybe the judges, the Supreme Commander, and us. That's about all who knows about the Forbidden Archive. That's about all. So then that happens, and then we go on to our next mission to reclaim the surface with chapter 27 in the future chapters. That is about it. So those are the lore implications. Now there's my theory. I'm pretty sure Oswald, while he said to destroy information regarding the Goddess Squad, had select information regarding their identities destroyed, but recorded the rest of it. And he also, while he did have all information expunged on Old Tales, the squad Old Tales, being Hansel, Gretel, Siren, Red Shoes, and Ave, well, all of that information was expunged. I think he did keep information on the Goddess Squad. I think Oswald was responsible for the Forbidden Archive and this bestseller squad. And I think that's pretty obvious why I think that. I know Enoch is probably one of the judges referred to as who knows about the Forbidden Archive. I think Deep might be. But that is a wild, wild theory of mine. It might not be true. But we don't know who Label is. So we don't know the third member of the bestseller squad. We don't know if there are more than 3. That will probably be revealed to us in another story. But that's about it for this story. So, with that, anyone who watches this video when I upload it to YouTube later, I hope you enjoyed it. We will be doing more future deep dives here in probably a month or so when they release more story chapters. Or if they release another event that heavily pertains to the main story, we may be covering shit sooner. I'm also thinking about doing a second series of lore content, being events that are not heavily relevant to the main story. I might be thinking about doing another series. If y'all want that or would like that, do leave a comment in the YouTube video. Please do provide feedback on that. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that wraps it up for the Arcane Archives Lore Deep Dive recording. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, well, that wraps up the recording. We will go back. Okay, so we'll go back to the stream. Now, that wraps up Arcane Archives. But back on what I wanted to show you, or show Juice, there's a reason we're called the Commander, and easiest way I can explain it is Rosanna's Bond story. Let me find Rosanna. She's one of the gang bosses. Let me find, there we go. Okay, well you can, this is what, you can always go back and watch the Bond, or you can clip this one. So in this Bond story, this is shortly after we meet Rosanna. Greetings, boss. I've come to give you my regards. That's a snappy suit. Things must be going well for you. Indeed they are, thanks to you. I'm no longer being harassed by outlaws. Now that things are going my way, there's no need for you to go out of your way to assist me. If it wasn't for your help all those years ago, I wouldn't be standing here now. Oh yes, how many years has it been now? Nearly 4, if you can believe it. With that in mind, might I extend a small courtesy to the organization? Of course, there's a little more than a pittance given the grand scale of Adonia, but the man produces a briefcase and places it on the table. It's the least I can do to repay you for all the kindness you have shown me. Please, you flatter me. You make it sound as if I'm some kind of self-help guru. I will skip that, though. So, basically what goes down in these Bond stories is... I just needed to watch that to refresh myself. I am right about this. So these Bond stories... Rosanna has a little bit of an uprising within Adonia. Her gang, her underworld gang that she leads. And she comes crawling to us after a bit for a little bit of help for us to help a little bit. But she unwillingly, more like we kind of force ourselves into it, try to help her and get wrapped up in it. We're getting shot at and shit. We end up in the hospital. We get shot. Not for the first time. I have no words, boss. I'm so sorry. Talk. Talk is cheap. You told me yourself that you took care of Anthony. That's the only reason Mr. and I felt the slightest bit safe going outside. But you lied. You didn't take care of him, and now they're going around wreaking havoc. Tell me, how did you intend on making this up to me? Can't think of anything? Allow me to make a suggestion. Mr. was shot in the left shoulder first. Next bullet landed in his right thigh, I believe? That's correct, miss. That works out nicely. Rosanna takes out her weapon and aims it at Consigliere. Now pick. Shoulder or thigh, where do you want it? Let's do shoulder. Wait. Consider your debt paid. I'm going to give you a second chance. If you fail to do your job properly this time around, Rosanna presses the barrel of the gun against the Consigliere's temple. The next bullet will be going right in the head. Noted. That'll be all. Rosanna, you're finally awake. How are you feeling? Hurts a bit, but nothing major. The painkillers must be doing their job then. You were sweating bullets and kept mumbling all sorts of nonsensical things. I thought you were done for. If you'd ended up dying, that numbskull of a consigliere and every staff member in this hospital would have had hell to pay. Meaning she would probably be killing them. She cares a lot. Yeah. Fortunately for them, you pulled through. How long was I out? About a day and a half. Was anyone else injured? No, just you. Those hoodlums were only aiming for you. They were only aiming for me? They weren't aiming for the gang boss? Shit. That's a relief. What are you talking about? Nothing is okay about this. Not even 30 minutes after I prattle on and on about how I'm going to protect you, you end up getting perforated and on my turf at that. I should be ashamed of myself. To be honest, I don't quite understand why I'm getting so riled up. This is all my fault. All I know is how to kill. I don't have the faintest idea of how to protect someone. I really screwed the pooch on this one, I'll admit that. But I can tell you one thing. I may not be good at many things, but getting revenge is the one thing I excel at. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You have no ties to the underworld. It's my fault for dragging you into this mess. I'll make them pay for what they've done. So, you don't need to worry about anything. You just focus on getting better, what you intend on doing to them. There are some things you're better off not knowing. This is how things are done here. You're not going to do anything that would break your oath, will you? Come on now, give me at least a little credit. I'll come up with something. If not, I'll find a way to cover my tracks. I know what I'm doing. I'm presuming my urging you to give up is of no use. You'd be correct. In that case, be careful. I will. Well, there's not saying something. Now that you come to, I better get going. I've got some things to take care of. If a CD character like me keeps hanging around here, I'll end up scaring the hospital staff. Wait. What is it? What about your promise? What promise? That I'd protect you? I already told you I was sorry. Wait. You're not talking about that other promise we made, are you? You're the one so eager to do the deed. I'm not an animal in need. You think I'd be pulling moves on someone and they're just coming out of a coma? Okay, fine. I'm tempted, I'll admit it, but I do have a semblance of common sense, thank you very much. I know, be safe out there. I can't believe this. I held myself back because I didn't want to be out of line, and now you're making fun of me? I wasn't making fun of you. Rosanna leans over my hospital bed, filling my vision. The fact that you make fun of me means that you're getting better. It also means this desire isn't just one way. A word warning, I never do anything half-heartedly. Won't go easy on you just because you've been hospitalized. I knew someone who even had a knife sticking out of their gut and still did it. A better idea? I appreciate these strange locations. Right here's fine. This would be our private room. Unless you want someone else to walk. I forgot she said that. No. Then it's perfect. Rosana's white fur coat swings off her shoulders and falls down, obscuring my vision. This hospital gown isn't a good look on you. I'll get rid of it. Two silhouettes shake slightly against the bed curtain. It's finished. We sure that would all appear to have been the result of infighting. So this would be an open and shut case with the ACPU. Good, well done. So no more loose ends? I don't think so. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. What do you mean? The boss wants us to be exceedingly thorough. Anthony is far from our only target. You mean, doesn't matter how big or small a role someone has played. They pose the slightest threat to Icarus, even tangentially. They are to be terminated. Boss's orders. We're also to take care of anyone in the underworld who has had bad blood with Hedania. It'll be an all-out war. Won't that violate the oath? Forget that. Are we supposed to sit back and allow these attacks to go unpunished? There are heaps of evidence attesting to these punks' lacks of respect for order. That's our opening, our chance to retaliate. Mustang and the other leaders of the Underworld Queen won't be able to protest. You are indeed most thorough, Conservator, but of course, I'd have preferred to have done all this before I caught a bullet through the shoulder. Well, shall we begin? Time to share these fools what happens when you mess with Hedania. So yeah, that's why we're the commander. The commander. Tis a wonderful thing. Tis a wonderful thing. Oh no, you're already dead to me. You murdered me mid-recording. And I'm not going to edit that out because there was actually actual war talk going on in the meantime. So it's not actually something I can 100% edit out. So you're still dead to me. But hey, it'll make for a good laugh in the video. Speaking of, for those of you who are not on YouTube and Kick, since I do have commands over here, you all should 100% go subscribe to my YouTube, so that you can see this video when it comes out in its full edited glory. And you can also watch all of my other lore deep dives there. And also, now that I've got live streaming set up, I also live stream there at the same time I live stream to Twitch and Kick. It's wonderful. Y'all should go subscribe, and y'all should watch the other lore deep dive videos. They're all great. The first ones I did not know how to edit at the time. So the first several are unedited VODs. VOD archives. But, excuse me. But, all of the new ones, all of the 8 new ones, are edited. All of the future ones will be edited down to fit within as little time as I can. I'll edit them down as much as possible, as much as humanely possible. Y'all should go subscribe to the YouTube. It is wonderful. All the lore deep dives will be archived there in video form, edited down. All future deep dives will be done there. All future deep dives will be on the YouTube. I also sometimes post clip compilations and clip shorts. I'm actually working on my next clip compilation, and I will be finishing that after I will be finishing my next Rocket League clip compilation after I get this video edited down that we just recorded today. So, you'll also have that. You'll also have another clip compilation to look forward to.
Welcome to the challenger.
Oh shit. I'm in the top 64? I made it to top 64 in the Champions Arena. Nice. I can't believe I made it to top 64. See, I'm top 64 US guy. Well, actually, I'm not even on the US servers. I'm on the global servers. I'm on the global server. Top 64 global, guys. What are their teams? Oh yeah, this team's gonna win. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that pretty much laps. Let me look at something real quick. I need to make sure of something real quick. I know Sheep. I think I know this person. I think I remember this person liking Nikke. So I think we will end up raiding out to her if possible. But I'll stop the YouTube and Kick streams there. Thanks anyone for coming out to watch. Make sure you follow.